Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. It is Connor here. We are back with another transfer video. We are back with another update on what Leeds United are doing. And Leeds look like the bully boy tactic is in full swing at long last. Yes, everybody, we've been waiting a long time in this summer transfer window for Leeds United to throw that big club weight around, but it looks like we are doing so at the right time. 7 to 8 days left before the transfer window slams shut, and it looks like Leeds United are slamming the offers down here, there, and everywhere. Looks like Amiri could be close to completion for 5 million quid. Yoel Perot has been done for 12 million quid, rising up to 16.5 million. And to just conclude on that, hopefully not conclude on the summer window, but it looks like at this moment in time, Leeds are also interested in Genk forward/winger Joseph Paintsil. Yeah, really exciting. Absolutely flew in the Belgian Pro Division last season. I think it was 29 goal contributions overall, flown, and really positively to hear as well. They've rejected an offer, an approach from Southampton. Southampton were looking at a swap deal, and this is great. This is really good news, and this is what gets you enthused. It's what gets you happy being a Leeds United fan. It's us actually making moves. We've not made proper moves, and we've not thrown our weight around in the division for so many years. Even when Marcelo Bielsa was at the club, when it came to transfers, Leeds didn't really throw the weight around. It was more meticulous signings that Bielsa wanted, that the club got in, that you wouldn't really necessarily turn around and say because of the predicament that the club were in at the minute, because at that moment in time, because we've been in the division for so long and we'd elongated our time there, we weren't really able to, use the money to our benefit. It was a lot of scrimping and scraping when it came to cash. Radrazani came in and we were just putting the bits together really for Marcelo Bielsa. But at that moment in time, we couldn't do the things that we wanted to do for Marcelo. So Marcelo had to improve those standard players and make them into great ones for the club at that moment in time. The reason I mentioned that is because Leeds have these parachute payments. Leeds have brought in income when it comes to FFP stand-ins, when it comes to, us being able to get rid of players off the wage structure, players in general. And now, at long last, it looks like we're actually able to go out there and do things. Which, has it taken too long? Yes, of course it has. But when you're looking at a potential scenario where Amiri and Paintsil could be tied up by the end of the window, that is really, really good news. I've heard a lot of people saying, Connor, well, who's going out? Who's leaving? Well, Jack Harrison's left ultimately, and that's his replacement for me. It doesn't signal a player leaving Leeds United for me. It just, you look at the forward line. If Paintsil was to come in for around about 10 million quid, and you've then just got an array of options, I think then you're probably looking at maybe getting rid of a Joe Gelhardt, and maybe that's going to be a permanent transfer, maybe for a top end League One side, or maybe that's going to be a case of maybe a club coming in at the lower echelon of the Championship and looking at Joe Gelhardt. But I think overall, when you look at this and the options that Leeds United have in terms of the forward line now, you get Amiri and you get Paintsil, and that's done and dusted. It's done. Paintsil could even be a step not too far, but a step that we don't need, really, and if Leeds weren't then to spend money on a central midfielder or a left back or whoever, that would be a little bit annoying. But overall, it doesn't matter, because getting those forward options boosted, getting those forward options, them competing with each other, with everything that's happened with William Jonso, does he get an automatic start? Well, no, he doesn't. And the reason, the way you are able to show William Jonso that he's not the best player at the club, which we all know he is, but you almost say to him, right, well, now we're bringing in a £10 million boy from Genk who can play out wide, he can play up front. You're not the golden child here anymore, mate. You're not. You're gonna have to work for your position, because Leeds are not in a position of strength right now when it comes to William Jonso, because he is that player who Leeds have to look at and we have to go with. But if you bring in like a Joe Paintsil, for example, it shows that Leeds United, you're looking at William Jonso and saying, look, mate, you are replaceable. We are able to get someone from the Belgian league who has absolutely smashed the back doors out of it last season, and he can quite easily be your replacement. You are replaceable. So it almost entices some of our players who maybe didn't want to be here to really work hard now, because we're making moves that are gonna force a lot of these players on the bench, and they've got to work their way back into it. But yeah, make no mistake about it. I think I remember when Burnley were strengthening their front line last season. It was Zakori. You were bringing in players like Michael Benson. You were bringing players in like obviously Nathan Teller. And the forward line, I was watching it even when they were in the Championship, and I was thinking that is just pace, that is frightening, and it's quality as well. And I'm looking at this Leeds side now, and I'm thinking to myself, they're bringing in quality, they're bringing in real sass and verve and vavavoom, as I mentioned last night, when it comes to pace and pragmatism and dynamism as well out wide, and obviously end products, which is huge in the Championship, quality in abundance. And I think this signing would be a really decent one. We'll obviously do a player profile on Joseph Paintsil as well, don't get me wrong, but a great start to the day, and hopefully we can get Amiri signed, and that can be a really good start to the week. And as I've said multiple times, everybody, this is going to be, for me, don't get me wrong, I'm still looking at Ipswich now, and I'm thinking, with Nonto available, with Sinistera available, maybe with Perot on the bench, I'm thinking to myself, look, I want a result down there. I want a result. I know it's going to be difficult because of the squad shape at the minute, but a lot of the players will have still been playing in Daniel Farke's system, and I don't think we can turn around and say it's been a horrific start for Leeds, because it's been very subpar players, especially when you're looking at the attacking line, really trying to elevate Daniel Farke's methods. And when you're getting better quality players trying to elevate Daniel Farke's methods, it's going to be a perfect concoction for Leeds United, the perfect potion for Leeds United to be able to hopefully thrive in this division and get into those top two spaces. But what I really like about this Paintsil deal is the fact that it's that Southampton have gone for him as well. And that entire bid and that entire project has been completely rejected, apparently, by player and club. So it's great to see us in advanced talks with him, according to Sky Sports. And it's one of those where you turn around, and as I've said multiple times, it's a bully boy tactic. It's like, okay, we're the big boys. We are the big boys in this division. I don't care who's down here. I don't care if Leicester and Southampton. In my opinion, I still see Leeds as the much bigger club. So that might be deluded for many opposition fans, but I've always felt that way anyway. So overall, it's great to see what we've done. We still need investment in other areas of the pitch, but once again, offensive, us being top heavy is something that we're used to at the minute when it comes to Leeds. But if we're able to be, heavy around the pitch and really able to, it looks like we're prioritising certain individuals right now, but maybe if the lower priority players like a central midfielder or a left back are able to come in toward the back end of the window, that'd be the perfect window. I put it out as a tweet this morning. Perot, Amiri, I should say, Paintsil, Roden, Ampadu, Darlow, Byram, obviously, who you take if he had competition and was used as rotation. For me, it's been a really good window. They just need to get these profiles sorted. And if they can be as aggressive as they have been with Perot and Paintsil, which seems to be, the blown of the clubs out of the water in the past however many hours, if they can do that with other profiles on the pitch, you've just got to be happy with that. But yeah, I'm going to be judging Leeds after September 2nd, because right now I still think the squad's a little bit fragmented. The players, as I've said previously, have been working on this Daniel Farke system, have been working in this way where you're thinking to yourself, they're still able to implement the possession-based football. But they need help. And hopefully that's what we're doing right now. Guys, how do you feel about this latest rumour? Are you excited? Are you excited about Amiri potentially being done today? Yoel Pro, I want to hear your thoughts. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. I'll see you in a bit.